do not listen to this recording whilst driving or operating any machinery. Hello there, my name is Ellen Booth and I'm a registered clinical hypnotherapist. And also, I want you to know that I myself am also an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse. Now, this hypnotherapy that I'm going to do with you, called Fingers Up to You, is exactly what it says on the tin. Fingers up to you. And my inspiration behind this hypnotherapy is to do with a lady who I know, who I'm very closely connected to, but I cannot tell you who it is for confidentiality reasons. This woman, who is similar age to me, was also sexually abused as a child. Now, when I left and escaped the abuse 27 years ago, I escaped and I left. Ever since then, 27 years later, I have suffered greatly. I've suffered immensely. I had flashbacks and memories of the abuse for the last 27 years. And consequently, I have suffered very greatly. But this lady who I know, who was also sexually abused as a child, after the abuse, she basically stuck two fingers up and she just stuck two fingers up, literally, or not literally, but like she had, and just basically said, fuck you. You are not going to rule my life. You are not going to dominate my happiness. You are not going to destroy me with misery, pain, emotional torture, self-blame, guilt, not to mention the horrific memories of what was inflicted upon her. She stuck two fingers up and she blocked it out. She pushed it away. She pushed it so far away that she didn't allow it to affect her in any way. And I'm not sure how much she actually repressed it. I think she repressed it to the point where she knew it had happened. She's never forgotten that it happened. She's always known it happened. But just acknowledgement that it happened. Nothing else. No painful memories, no flashbacks, no guilt. I mean, I think luckily she did not blame herself. I think she was able to recognise that it wasn't her fault. And she knew what they were doing was wrong. But the abuser that abused her put the fear of God up her so badly that if she told anyone, and I think she was so terrified of ever telling anyone and she put up with the abuse for many years. She put up with that abuse. And in her later childhood, in her later teens, I think when perhaps it all finished around her being the age of around 14 years old, the abuse had stopped. And ever since, she's basically stuck two fingers up and said, no, you will not bring me down. You will not limit me. You will not consume me. You will not destroy me. You will not affect me. And she's such a hard, strong woman like that. Whereas me, I'd suffered the last 27 years. I had to have about 20 years of therapy to come to terms with the abuse I went through as a child. But not her. She stuck two fingers up and said, fuck you. Basically, that's what she's done ever since. And this hypnotherapy, fingers up to you, I dedicate to her. I dedicate it to my female friends, who I love very dearly. We never did always get on. We never always got on that well, but we love each other and we're friends, and she has a different outlook in view to life as what I have. But I dedicate this to her, and I mean, I'm convinced that she must be affected by it. I'm convinced that it must hurt her and give her pain and hope. But when I've said to her, has it affected you, or do you feel that it does? And her answer is no. Life is for living. Life will not wait. And she just refuses to even go there into what happened, and she just refuses to, she refuses to allow it to harm her, to hold her back. And this woman I know, she's a very successful woman. She's been very successful throughout her entire life. And she's got her bad points, she's got her good points. She's very honest and full of integrity. But, she has bad points, which mean that sometimes she can be a bit mean, and sometimes she can be a bit unkind, I would say. Not very kind. But other than that, she's had a good life, and she's made sure that she's had a good life. She's never dwelled on it. She's never let it get in her way or hold her back, because she stuck two fingers up to that man that did it to her. She stuck two fingers up to the whole abuse and just said, fuck you. And she's never let it really bother her. So I'm making this hypnotherapy in dedication to my friend who I've just told you about. This is dedicated to her. And maybe she's an example to all of us adult survivors of childhood sexual abuse. She is an example that the way she handled it may not have been the way that is typically suggested, but the way she handled it, it worked for her. It worked very well for her. And this hypnotherapy is dedicated to her example. Fingers up to you. So I'm now going to begin the hypnotherapy that I'm going to do with you. And basically, I'm going to help show you how to stick two fingers up at whoever abused you. And you stick two fingers up and you say, fuck you. Here's the hypnotherapy. I shall now begin. If you would like to make yourself comfortable, and you can sit up and listen, or you can lay down as you choose, uncrossing any hands, arms, legs or feet if possible, to allow maximum circulation throughout your body when you are deeply relaxed. And you can have your eyes open or closed as you wish, or you can open or close them at any point throughout. Now, just to relax your breathing, just to show you how your breathing can relax you all the way throughout. If you focus on your breathing as you breathe in, breathing in calmness, comfort, peace and relaxation. And with every breath that you breathe out, you breathe out any worries or tension. And this is a process that will continue throughout. With every breath you breathe in and out. Now, as you sit or lay there very comfortably, just allow your breathing in and out to work for you. That's right. Breathing freely and easily, in and out, allows your whole body to just drift down ever more deeply, physically relaxed. So physically deeply relaxed, there may be times you are not even aware of your body at all. But mentally, your mind will be very aware, very alert, a heightened state of concentration and awareness, aware of each and every word you hear me say to you. Now, just to relax you deeper and deeper, in a few moments' time, you'll hear me count down from 10 down to 1. And with each descending number I count down from 10 down to 1, you'll become 1/10 deeper and deeper relaxed than you were before. With each descending number, and when you get to the bottom number, when I count down to 0, you'll feel so deeply, 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 deep relaxed. Your physical body deeply asleep, and your mind highly alert to each and every word you hear me say. And there'll be nothing of importance for you to do anymore. Just to listen to each and every word you'll hear me say to you. So ready. 10. Drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. 9, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, all the way down, deep, deep, deeply relaxed, not a care in the world right now. So physically, your body is so deeply asleep, you may not feel it at all, and your mind very alert, very aware of every word you hear me say to you. So now you're in this very deeply, deep, relaxed state of mind. I'm going to put something across to you. A philosophy, a way of thinking, a way of behaving, a way of doing and going about something in particular, the way you go about it, the way you deal with it, and the way you look at this. Look at this. Look at this thing that I will be explaining to you, and the way you'll look at this thing might be very different from the way that you've already seen and viewed it, might be very different from the way that you've dealt with this before. But I want you to know that this is a way of living your life that you can adopt to help you cope, to help you live better, to make you a lot happier in your everyday life. Now, when you were a small child, throughout your childhood, up to the age that you became an adult, leading up to the age you became an adult, something very serious happened in your childhood. I won't say whether it was bad or how severe. Those details do not matter. The only details that do matter is that something very serious happened in your childhood. Something that may have caused a great effect on you. Something that may have influenced and caused a very large effect on your life. Now, you have two choices. You can let it hurt. Maybe it's hurt ever since, maybe not, maybe it hasn't really. But you could let it hurt you. You could let it harm your feelings. You could let it destroy or be destructive to your well-being. But I want you to know that you don't have to. You don't actually have to allow it to harm or affect you in any way. No matter how bad it was. Perhaps it was a relative or a loved one that betrayed you and harmed you, betrayed your trust and harmed you. Perhaps it was a betrayal of trust and they harmed you. Perhaps it was someone that was not trusted and someone harmed you. Whoever harmed you, however many people, or whether it was just one person, whatever they did to you, you have two choices. You can let it ruin your life. You can let it cause you years of upset, years of therapy, years of upheaval. You could do that and spend a very long time in therapy trying to recover from it. Or you can stick two fingers up. Stick two fingers up to whoever did that and whatever they did. Stick two fingers up and say, fuck you, because you will never get the better of me. I refuse for it to get the better of me. Now, I'm gonna put across to you a very serious suggestion. I'm not saying whether the suggestion is right or wrong. Should you repress it and forget? Should you wipe it from your memory completely? Or do you feel you need to learn something from what happened? Do you need to remember it? Do you need to re-experience it so intently in your everyday life? Do you need to allow it to get the better of you? But one thing you can do, you can basically refuse to let it harm you. You can just simply forget. And when I say simply forget, it happens. If you ever needed to remember it for a good reason, then yes, you would be able to remember everything that happened with the abuse, should you need to. But if you feel that you don't need to remember it at this point or at any time in the future till further notice, if you do not need to know, remember or bring it up ever again, then I put this across to you. And you can allow this suggestion to reprogram and go so deeply into your mind that it totally influences, reprograms, and goes so deeply and causes such a deep and lasting impression to you that you'll never know anything else. And that suggestion quite simply is, will you remember to forget or forget to remember that any harm ever came to you at all in your childhood, whenever? Will you remember to forget or forget to remember that it ever happened at all? Because if you don't need to know, and you don't want to know, will you forget to remember or remember to forget? Put it behind you. Let it go. You stick two fingers up and you basically tell it to fuck off. You will never hold me back, because I'm moving on with my life. I move on. The only thing that you would ever need to really acknowledge is to know that it was not your fault. There was nothing you could have done to stop it. There was nothing you could have done to change it. There was nothing you could have done to prevent it. It was not your fault. No matter if there were any guilty pleasures, any arousal, any sexual pleasure with your bodily parts functioning as normal as they should, that was not your fault. Your body was reacting the way it should in a sexual situation, but you were too young to understand that because you were innocent. And you were mentally a child and mentally undeveloped. There was nothing you could have done. It was not your fault. You did nothing that was to blame. You did not cause it. You did not ask for it. You did not deserve it. And that's the only thing you really need to know. That it was not your fault. Accept that. Accept my suggestion saying it wasn't your fault. Accept it to the point where it reprograms your subconscious mind knowing that it was not your fault. That's all you need to know. As far as the acts of indecency that were inflicted upon you, you can forget to remember or remember to forget that they ever happened at all. You can forget to remember or remember to forget the person that was involved and what they did. You can remember to forget or forget to remember the whole thing in its entirety. You may know that something serious happened to you when you were a child. You may know that that's something serious that did happen was sexual abuse. That's ever all you need to. You don't even have to know that. But just the acknowledgement that you know something serious happened. You know it was sexual abuse. That's it. That's all. That's the whole content of it. The whole content of what happened to you. All of the details, the whole story, the whole content. You can forget to remember or remember to forget. And don't worry. Because if you ever did want to or need to remember it, then yes, you could. You'd intend it and ask to remember. You'd ask yourself to remember, and your subconscious mind would grant your request and it would allow you to remember. But because right now you do not need to remember it, and you'll probably never need to remember it ever again, there will probably be no need from now till the rest of your life finishes. To the rest of your days that you live, there will be no need to even go there, I doubt. But if you did need to, you could, but there will not be a need. Let yourself have the peace and recovery that you deserve. And if you feel you need any revenge on who did that to you, then all you need to know is that recovery is your best revenge, because you're gonna recover, you're gonna get better, you are gonna get over this, get over it. Forget to remember or remember to forget the whole thing. You stick 2 fingers up and you basically, you stick two fingers up and fuck you, fuck off, because you're never gonna harm me ever again. That's all you need to do. And if ever it even tries to come back into your mind, you just stick two fingers up and say, no, fuck you, no thank you, no need, because you're gonna move on with your life. And I want you to know that each and every moment that moves forward from now, every second that goes by, you ground yourself in the present moment, the present second of the here and the now. And every second that goes by, that then becomes the past, is a happy life full of joy, full of happiness, full of all the love that you deserve right now. You are present, you are conscious, you are here right now, in this very present moment of now. There is only now exists. The past, which is every second that goes by, only exists in people's memories. It is not what is happening right now. There is only now. And the future happens as a result of everything you're doing right now, in this very second. So you see, past is past. And half the time, if it was past from a long time ago, half the time it gets distorted in the memories of people, and it's not exactly how it actually happened, or because it gets distorted and other people have different versions of the story. The past is gone. It is not what is happening right now. There is only now. And now you shall be happy, because you forget to remember, or remember to forget all of that nonsense. You can just put it behind you and just forget about it. The only thing that matters is right now. And you're going to live your life happily, full of ambition, full of excitement, full of eagerness, and full of eagerness and keenness about the future ahead, because your future's gonna be amazing. Your future will be happy, full of joy. There'll be achievements, where you make achievements for things that you achieve and succeed in your life, because you're going to focus on what's important, and that's what's happening now. And you're going to have a happy life, full of love, joy, success, and you're going to be good at everything you do, with full concentration, with full awareness about the future ahead, with full focus about the future ahead, with full focus on the here and the now and what's going to happen ahead of you. So you can forget to remember, or remember to forget all of that rubbish of the past, because you stick two fingers up and basically you have none of it. You stick your fingers up and you say, fuck you, fuck off. That's the end of it. Right. Okay. So I think you now grasp the whole concept of fingers up to you. I hope it serves you well. I hope it creates dramatic improvement in your life. And I hope that you have the happiness that you deserve, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love yourself. And you deserve joy. And you deserve wonderful things in your life. All of the things that you've always wanted, you can make them happen. The moment you stick 2 fingers up and stop letting your past hold you back in any way, because you just stick the 2 fingers up and you have none of it. So now, in a few moments' time, I'm going to awaken you and bring you out of this hypnotherapy. But just before I wake you up and bring you out, I just want you to know that unless you really want a long, difficult, challenging journey of recovery like what I've had and many survivors of sexual abuse have had, if you want that difficult, challenging recovery that is lengthy and you can have that. Or you can just stick 2 fingers up and be done with it. The choice is yours. Now. In a few moments' time, I'm going to awaken you. You'll hear me count from 1 to 10. You'll become more and more awake with each ascending number. By the count of 8, you'll open your eyes. And by the count of 10, you'll be fully wide awake. 1, 2, 3, waking yourself up now. 4, 5, 6, more and more awake. 7, 8, opening your eyes. 9 and 10, fully wide awake.